What the letters actually stand for are grab, bridge, and squat. And if you combine them with just a simple timer app on your phone, you're never going to screw this up. The first thing you want to do is get that timer app open and set it for 30 minutes. You don't want to go for more than 30 minutes sitting down. But don't worry, I'm not going to ask you to go walk a mile every 30 minutes or do something that's going to take up 5 or 10 minutes of your time because it's just not practical. It starts with just doing the grab portion. When the 30-minute clock goes off for the first time, I just want you to stand up and you simply grab your butt cheeks. That's right, just like Jesse's doing here. You put the heels of your hands on the top of them, the fingers running down them, and you push forward. Now the positioning here on your butt rather than your low back ensures that we're actually getting a healthy extension of your low back because we're controlling the pelvis and not just pushing in the area of the lumbar spine. But what you'll get here is actually a reversal of a lot of the postural damage that comes from sitting. Right? We're getting extension of the hips as opposed to the flexion we get when we sit down. We're getting extension of the knees as opposed to the flexion of the knees and the tight hamstrings that come along with that when we sit down. We're getting the ability to open up the shoulders and chest as opposed to sitting there at your desk with your rounded shoulders. We're getting that increase in thoracic extension as opposed to that rounded position that we get from sitting down. So all these things get reversed quickly and we hold this position for about 15 to 20 seconds. Now before we sit down, we do this one more time, except we do it actively, and this should feel amazing. So instead of just pushing, this time I want you to first squeeze your glutes and then contract your shoulder blades together as you push forward. Another 30 seconds or so here will do the trick. You can go right back to sitting down and resuming your workday until the next 30-minute timer goes off. And at this point, we actually move on to the B portion of our game plan, and that is the bridge. And the bridge here is going to give us a chance to get that active contraction of the glutes and an additional effect on the thoracic spine by reaching over towards that opposite side. I showed you this exercise as well and showed you how important it is, but once again, this is something that can be done very quickly and easily. You get 5 reps to each side, you get right back in your chair. We're talking about 15 or 20 seconds of work, but it doesn't go unnoticed the benefits that you're getting from simply just standing up and interrupting that sitting pattern that's doing all the damage it's doing to you right now. 30 minutes later, and that helpful timer of yours goes off once again, and this time we wrap it up with the S portion here, the squat. And that is you want to get into this position up against the wall and get into the deep squat. We need to have that mobility through our hips. Even though we have flexion of the hips by sitting down, we're really never going anywhere near 90 degrees or plus of hip flexion. And when we start to get degeneration in our hips, it is hip flexion that we lose. So we want to be able to maintain the ability to get into a deep squat, not to mention the fact that it has additional benefits in our ankle flexibility that are going to serve you as well. So get down against a wall, reach your arms up now, back behind you. This will give you, again, a reinforcement of thoracic extension and all the musculature involved in that, and get the rotator cuff activated. We have way too much internal rotation from sitting down all day. We put our arms up there and we simply try to slide them up towards each other. If you can get your hands to touch, great. They may not happen the first time you do this, but on subsequent tries throughout the day, they will. Just go for 3 repetitions here, and then spend an additional 30 seconds just sitting in this deep squat position. Come up out of it and get yourself back to work once again. So now you simply continue this rotation of G, B, S every 30 minutes throughout the day. That timer is going to make this an automatic process. And don't worry, if you miss 1 or 2 or 3 throughout the day, it's not going to matter. The fact is we're looking for a little bit of consistency, and rotating through these really simple and easy and short requirements here are going to go a long way to undoing the damage that all that sitting is doing to you.